Live. It says
Live.
live.
Yes. Sorry. Yep.
Subscribe now.
So, hello everybody. Here's Nelson, and that is the No Limits to Radio. Today we have a very special guest. That is the first one from this year, third year doing this. I know him for a long time. We speak most of the time, writing to each other, and it's a pleasure to have him here. I think it's going to be a very nice interview. That's why I'm very happy to have you. And for the, I like to say, how, Mahyar Saeed, how many years do you have riding PVs or maybe skateboards? Or let's talk a little about you out the beginning, how
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
started.
Sure. So, as far as electric longboarding and the whole PEV situation, for me, that started back in 2016, 2017. And that was at the first wave of hype, is what I would call it, of electric longboardings becoming mainstream. So, my first electric longboards, like most people, was probably the boosted board V2 Dual Plus. And I remember through that, found a lot of communities around the world. Like there were these boosted board riders groups, right? That's what they were
Mhm.
called at the time. And, I created one for Vancouver that kind of grew. All these other boosted board riders groups grew. Then all these other PEVs and electric longboards came into the mix. So as a result, you saw these other groups grow out of those groups, which were, like LA ESK8, Bay Area ESK8, and eventually like Vancouver ESK8, which is the group that I formed. And
Mhm.
we did that specifically out of the Boosted Board Riders Vancouver group in order to make everybody feel welcome. And that happened at around like 2018, 2019. So just a short time after. Yeah. And the reason why that even began was because in Vancouver, we're about 10 years behind everybody for some reason. So there weren't many people riding, and I didn't have any friends who were riding. I just wanted to find people to ride with. So I started the group seeing that this was happening in other cities, and yeah, it just grew and expanded and kept growing. And during that time I was also posting on my YouTube channel. So I had a bunch of boosted board review videos there. Ended up talking to other companies to help partner for our group events, and then that really kind of helped blow up our group. So yeah, that's
That
essentially
is.
my story A to Z in a nutshell at this point.
So, and how is that work like in Canada? How is the laws for you guys there? How that
So,
works?
yeah, when I first started, I actually made a video on the YouTube channel, which was like boosted board illegal to ride or something. And I made that video because somebody had bought a boosted board in Vancouver and they ended up getting a $700 Canadian fine, which it ended up being in the newspaper. And for a couple days, it was like the hot topic, which was this poor kid who just bought his boosted board, took it out the next day, and got a fine for it. So I made that video and everybody got on edge because everyone's like, oh, we're all going to get tickets. I would see a cop and I would stop riding. Like I would hide my remote, everything. Um, but eventually over time, you notice that like nobody else was getting a ticket after that story came out. And then eventually we realized that it was just one police officer who was ticketing people in this one small area.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he still occasionally does it because somebody recently got a ticket for riding an EUC for some reason. However, 99.9% of the time in Vancouver, let alone other cities in Canada, for the most part, you're not going to run into any trouble. The only time you'd run into trouble, it is technically illegal, right? Let's cover that part. It is technically illegal. but you're not going to run into any trouble unless you're being irresponsible and like very disrespectful, like cutting off people, like driving recklessly, that kind of thing, or riding recklessly. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. So I'm asking you this because there is a person here from Europe now is in Canada that is a wrong way. He does like lots of videos,
He's
and he
in
say
Vancouver right now.
yes,
He
yes,
was at our last group ride. Yeah.
yeah, and he's a fantastic person, and I'm like this. The way he rides there, I don't see no problem for you guys to ride it. He knows how is the situation by us here in Europe, and
Hmm.
that's why I think is very nice. I see the last video from you guys riding in that was fantastic about 1 month ago. The big ride from you guys.
Yeah, so we had another one for Halloween. Halloween is always our last one.
Yeah.
So we actually just this past weekend had our Halloween group ride. We had to have it late because it kept raining. We can't ride during rainy days. And you know how Vancouver is, it's just
Uh-huh.
always raining. So we just finished our last event, which was Halloween, but the one previous to that is the one you're talking about, which was actually filmed, I believe, in the end of summer. Was the
Is
date of
this
this
one?
event? Yeah, it's this one here. Which was which event was this? I forget which one, what we
This one
called
is
it.
this is the Shrek lights. Vancouver ESK8 Shrek Night 2022.
Oh, yeah, it was Shred Nights. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So that was Shred Nights. We name all our events like and kind of give it a theme. So that was our last one, and it was an evening group ride, and we were riding along the seawall. So I try to do a group ride video for all of our events, all the big ones at
Hmm.
least. So this was the last one we had. Yeah. Yeah, and I've recently, not recently done these videos, but I've been doing them for the past couple years, ever since we started getting bigger group rides. I just filmed them, and it kind of helps spread the word of the community, and
That
then
is very
also like our
positive.
group. Yeah, definitely.
That is very, very positive. I think most of the people don't want like me. I'm going to tell you, I have all the videos of my rides, but most of the time I never put it because here is different. You are putting the persons in a big problem because it's illegal to ride, and there is big fines. In I live in Germany. I come from Portugal, and sometimes you are afraid that somebody is going to. But it's beautiful for us to see how big is your group and how massive you are together, most of you. My question is like this: when you started, you are a skateboard. So when you started and today, what you are seeing more in your country, in Canada, what is the PVs that are more used yet in a moment?
So this is where the group gets a little tricky
Yeah.
because our group is technically called Vancouver ESK8.
Mm-hmm.
And last year it came up that maybe we should be Vancouver PEV because we are technically now seeing e-scooters and EUCs and e-bikes join our group rides.
Mm-hmm.
We had kind of a vote amongst the moderators and we decided, no, let's keep Vancouver e-skate, but we made a subgroup, Vancouver PEV, for people who search PEV, they could at least find us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That
Um,
is good.
Yeah, but the logic behind it was that we looked at other groups that were bigger than ours around the world. Once again, like LA Skate,
Mm-hmm.
Bay Area
Big,
Skate,
yes, yeah.
and they all kept Skate, and you see EUCs and e-bikes and e-scooters at their group rides. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we decide we're like, well, it's not that big of a deal, and let's stick with the brand and stick with the community that we've where it started. Because yeah, right now if you come to a Vancouver Eastgate group ride, it's like 70% EUCs,
I see lots
10%.
of e-scooters too.
E-scooters and EUCs are like 70%. Then there's like 10% e-skates and like, 10 to 15% or 20% e-bikes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's become kind of like a complete flip where originally we were all e-skate
Mm-hmm.
riders. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a large one-wheel community too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I see it. I
if
was
they come
looking now.
out if they come out, we get a large
Hmm.
large one wheel numbers for sure too. Um, but that being said, all of these EUC riders, for the most part, started on e-skates and like slowly converted. And I'm like the only guy who's like, I don't want to ride an EUC. I want to ride an e-skate. That's why I started riding, right? But I come from a background of riding a longboard and riding snowboard, like snowboarding.
Hmm.
It's just what I'm comfortable with. Do I think EUCs are awesome? Yeah, I think they're great. We have people who ride from Vancouver to Whistler and back on these machines, which is crazy. Uh, I can't do that on my electric longboard. But is it for me? No, no, it's not. But that's okay too, right? So we're fully inclusive. We
Yeah,
want
my
people to
friend.
join us, and yeah.
You don't have no chance. I just want to show there. Nice picture. I think that is amazing. That is what is important in a group for us to be together and have fun, enjoy it, and
Hmm.
always try to be safe. And
Yeah.
that is.
I'm just gonna say something real quick now that you
Mhm,
showed that photo. If you go to like our very first group ride video,
mhm.
there's like 8 of us. And I hear this all the time on like Eastgate forums or Facebook groups, like Eastgate Facebook groups, and it's like, hey, I'm from like Missouri and I don't have anyone to ride with. Anyone here from Missouri?
Uh-huh.
And I always say, I'm like, hey, start the group, like start a Facebook Missouri page
Yeah.
or whatever. I said this to Edmonton. Shout out to Edmonton, and they started an Edmonton group eventually. I don't know if it was because I told them to, but I said it in Edmonton and they started a group. And when we started, we were 12 people in our Facebook group. Now
Yeah,
we
but that's
have now we have
uh,
like
that.
1,100 people in our group, and it
Yeah, that's
shot like it went like that.
that's why I'm going to change it here. I think
Yeah,
is this
I
one.
think this was one. If you go to the very beginning of this video, you'll see a
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
shot
why. That's
of the
what I
group
wanted.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was how many people were in our group when we first started Vancouver ESK8. That's how many people we had on our group rides. Our now at our group rides, minimum 50 people. We've seen upwards of surpassing 100. So it's crazy what happens in like only 2 years time, right?
Yeah, that's why I always tell to everybody, the way you think, I think, is the best way to do it, because sometimes the groups are so big and you are not from the same cities, you are not from the same place. And I know a friend from me from Portugal, he buy a one wheel, and he was in a group from all Portugal. And later on, he sells his one wheel because he was not finding persons around his country, around his city. And
Hmm.
I think the people have to do something close to them, and then they can be in a big group too, and try to work together. But here, if you see, most of the people here was one wheels or the a skates.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing though. It's funny that you mention that because we've had people come from other cities to join our group rides because they
Mhm.
don't have groups in their city in our province. So I live in the province of British Columbia in
Uh-huh.
Canada. It's quite big. And we have an area called Vancouver Island, which is, an island off the coast of
Uh-huh.
Vancouver. And we have people come from there. We have people come from by Whistler. Like we've
You are blocked, my friend. Hello.
oh, am I okay? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Uh,
it's okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, from Seattle. So it's really cool and interesting to see that the dynamic of what we've created also draws a crowd from other areas as well. Yeah.
But that is the intention. Is
Hmm.
for That's the name, community.
Yeah.
That is we see you are riding one of the biggest companies that is not anymore with us. Is easy for you to find parts for your
It's
boosted board.
funny. So one of the original group members, Noah, shout out to
Uh-huh.
Noah. He had a boosted board V2 plus
Let
dual
me see
clutch as
something
well.
here. I think that is this one. Let me see something here. I think a guy is
Okay.
riding a one-wheel V1. Not this one. I think it's the other one. Let me see when you pass now. No, no, it's not a V1. I was thinking that was the first one. You don't. Okay, please.
Yeah, so he decided to sell his boosted board V2 Dual Plus, and at the time I bought it for I think it was like $800. Yes, which was like at the time a good deal. Um, and I have those extra parts, but the beautiful thing about it is right before boosted went under, I had sent my board for repairs, and I feel like they gave me preferential treatment for some reason because
Hmm.
they would always every time I would send it for repairs, they would always give me even more than what I needed done. So I would send it for battery repair and I would have new motors. Like I
Hmm.
would send they even gave me new wheels, which they weren't even under warranty. So the very end of the cusp of that company, I had sent my board and got it back fully repaired and replaced. I haven't had problems with it since. So I'm all good to go. If the battery has a problem, I don't know if you see these two boxes up here,
Hmm.
but a local guy refurbishes batteries.
That
And
was my next question here.
yeah,
How
so he
that
was
works?
kind enough to hook those two up to me for free because of the community stuff that I've been doing. He's just like, you can have them. And I'm like, oh, thanks. So if I need batteries, I could always go to him. But I have motors, I have wheels, I have
Yeah.
trucks. Yeah, I have
What
everything.
what what are you riding? Because I see in the last video that you are with the. What are you riding now in this in the current moment?
Yeah,
What
so
board are
I
you
will
using?
always ride my boosted V2 Dual Plus. I love it. Like it reminds me of a standard longboard and that's why I ride it.
Hmm.
But this past year I've also been riding it's actually right behind me, a Shaboards, which is wait,
It's in the other side.
it's
That's
this one,
why.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's this one here. And then the one next to that's actually a Loaded motherboard. If you
Hmm.
remember, Loaded came
Yeah,
out with
yeah,
a
yeah.
limited edition electric deck, and they sent one to me because I'm like partner with them, right?
Yeah, you are
So
partner with him. I see it.
yeah,
I see
so that's what that is. Oh yeah, and look right up here, the cruiser kits
it.
that they don't make anymore. So
Yeah.
that's the cruiser kit from the Unlimited set that Loaded did with Unlimited. Um, but yeah, so now I ride the Shaboards. They're a local brand, which is awesome. Like they're from Vancouver. The boards are manufactured in China though, so they're not
Okay.
manufactured in Canada or anything. Yeah, but they're great to the community. They help out at every group ride. They sponsor and all of that stuff. So they were kind enough to give me that board, and I'm actually posting a review of that soon, so you could stay tuned for that.
Yeah. That is good. That's why I'm going to make just a question.
Sure.
You have two types of riding. I see that you have the street by the boosted, and then you have now this word with all terrain. What
Mhm.
is better for you?
Okay, so here's the thing. So I always loved the deck of my boosted V2 because it's made of bamboo, right? It's very
Hmm.
flexy, it's wood, it's awesome. It's totally like an original longboard. It's a Vanguard deck, if you
Hmm.
recall, like from Loaded. Um, and I was a little iffy on this one because the deck is like covered in that carbon fiber kind of material.
Hmm.
And it's a little more stiff, but the pneumatic wheels much more smooth, much more comfortable to ride over like I don't know, cracked roads and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And I didn't realize it until I got off this and rode my boosted board. Like I took them both out on the same day. And I got off this and got onto my boosted board and it felt like super shaky, whereas before the boosted board felt so smooth.
Hmm.
So I really like the pneumatic wheels on this, but the interesting thing about this board as well is that you could put street wheels on this as well. You could buy the conversion kit and then just swap in and out. Yeah.
We are seeing some photos from you. Guys, I'm just going to pass. I'm going to leave all the links just for you to see, and we're going to talk about that. So I'm going to
Cool.
start with his Instagram. I'm
Sure.
going to leave all the links for you to see it. I'm not going to put here. We don't want to make a big interview. If you want to contact him, I'm going to leave all the links. So that is from his personal media. This one is from his Facebook. Sorry. Then you can reach him there. Then you have, that is very important here. That is something very special here in this channel. I'm going to explain to you guys what he do. If you see on the top, you're going to see lots of things he is doing, and we can talk about that. First of all, we're going to say that he has a podcast, that he is from his region. Can you tell us a little more about your podcast and what is going to happen? You told me something about next week. It's going to come back again. I'm just going to put it down for you, everybody, to see it.
Yeah, so I have a podcast. When I started my YouTube channel, I started doing a bunch of different stuff. One of those things was a podcast. You could see a bunch of the episodes on my YouTube channel. I've since created a YouTube channel for the podcast where the newer episodes are on. But yeah, I started that, and essentially it's called No Fun City. It's about the fun and, I guess, creative and inspiring community of Vancouver. And every time that I do an episode, I host somebody that's from Vancouver or has some sort of connection to Vancouver and is doing inspirational and cool and creative things and kind of telling their story. So from there, after 17 episodes or so, I decided to separate it from my personal YouTube channel because, it was a podcast and I serve a lot of different content on my personal YouTube channel. So I wanted to separate it. I put it on its own YouTube channel, but you could also catch it on like other podcast platforms. So Amazon Music, Spotify, Google, Apple, all of that jazz. You could still catch it all
Is this
there.
one?
That's not my channel.
Okay.
It's just called No Fun City Podcast.
Okay.
If you type in podcast, I get lost in the search. But new episode is coming out this week, this Tuesday. And I do them roughly once a month, like bi-monthly. I don't do them too frequently. Yeah, that's the new YouTube channel. So there it is.
Yeah, but that is important for everybody's out there to know. And if you are from Canada, or are you a guy who loves the PVs and you want to reach and see a nice podcast, maybe you're going to learn a lot. You have the chance, and maybe you're going to be a little better informed. And that is very important. That's why I always tell to everyone, try to contact the guys who has a little more experience, and maybe it's going to be fun. So, my friend, I'm going to ask you something. I'm a good friend from this person, but I would like to know, because I think how is the Lacroix or Lacroix? I don't know how you guys say it. I say it like Lacroix is with you guys.
What do you mean by that? Like, do
He's a
they talk to
Canadian
us?
company. Do he support you guys? Do you have any contacts?
No.
Some,
But I think it's not because maybe they don't want to. There's a little bit of politics that has gone on, not with Lacroix, I should be clear. Like, no ill will to Lacroix at all. But we think that there's probably some politics going on that is preventing them from approaching us to do anything with us, like as far as collaborating or being part of our group rides and stuff like that. But also on the other note is, I don't think it's something that they really do. Like, I've never seen them partner with.
I hosted here. The Alex from Lacroix two times, and I think it's good when you bring them to the podcast. I think Alex is a fantastic person to do that, and he's from Vancouver. And I think you guys.
Okay, yeah, no. Okay, sorry. I thought you meant partnering with the Vancouver ESK8 group for
No.
our events.
I sometimes yeah, but it's the same. It's the same, because you have to work with you guys. We have like the involved from is from Australia, but the central is in Germany, and the guy from here from Germany is always with rides with us. Always, he don't make no propaganda for involved, but he's always with us, and he's always together. and that's
Yeah.
is supporting all the time us.
Yeah, no,
uh
I would love to have him on the podcast, on the, No Fun City podcast, just to talk about, yeah, the electric PEV stuff. But separate from that, there's other politics involved of why Lacroix would not um support Vancouver ESK8 group event. Uh and that's just like a whole
that's
other
that is
story.
not good. I'm a good
Yeah.
friend of Alex, and I don't agree with that.
I
I'm a
should
person.
be clear that this politics is not because of Lacroix. It's
Okay,
an outside entity that would be preventing Lacroix.
okay,
Yeah,
to come.
like we've had some issues. I could get into it if you really want to, but I just rather not
No, 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 no. I
cause
don't want.
drama with.
My friend. I have two here, two lacrosse here.
Yeah,
That's not the problem. I don't want to. I don't want. We are here talking about you and the Vancouver group, not
but
because
you
of
can
that. But
talk to Alex and just let him know that we are always
yes,
happy
of course.
to
I'm going to tell them
collaborate,
because I
and
think it's good
yeah,
for your podcast. It's good for the
100%.
community, and I think that is beautiful for you guys to work, and for me to see a video with them riding together with you will be fantastic because you are from the same country, and I don't I support today a company from Portugal that lots of persons maybe don't like it or like this, but we have a good contact, a good relation,
Yeah,
and that is beautiful. That's why
that
I don't want to go to the problems. That is not
Yeah, that is 110% what I would want with Lacroix.
yeah.
And trust me, like I have wanted to go down that road.
Hmm.
It's just there's an element that's preventing me from being able to do that. And like if Alex from Lacroix is listening, like 10 out of 10 times, like I definitely want to work with you and have you involved in the Vancouver Eastgate community if you want to be part of it, all of that stuff. Um, it's just I have to tread lightly on that topic because
Yeah,
of
yeah, we're going to go to
certain
another topic.
things.
So,
Yeah.
just for you two guys, just for us to continue, for everybody to understand the broadcast, my friend, because we was talking about that. How is the sensation for you having that and hosting people and speaking about your passion about the passion of these guys? How how is everything for you, my friend?
Yeah, I love it. When I first started doing the podcast, like, podcast has recently become like very mainstream. Like I feel like everybody has a podcast now. Like you have a podcast, like everybody's got this is kind of like a podcast, right? It is. So um it's it's one of those things that now it seems saturated in a sense.
Hmm.
But when I first started, it was one of those things where when I did it, people were like, "Why do you have a podcast?" It was one of those things that kinda everyday people didn't have. It was more people who were, you know, creating content regularly or were maybe famous or had a following, right? People who were, like, everyday people didn't really have a podcast at that time.
Uh,
So, for me, it was just about wanting to do it, wanting to create different types of content, and then from there, it stemmed to, "Oh, I actually get to learn about people that I've never met before and wouldn't have otherwise met had I not gotten them on my podcast," you know? I got to meet some really cool people so far, and, some of the people that I brought on early on were people I actually went to high school with, just people that I already knew to get the ball rolling. And then from there, it kind of stemmed to something bigger. So now the episodes continue, and I just try to keep elevating and bringing new guests. And as long as I create the content, more people tend to want to show up. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm glad I did it. And anybody who's ever thought about doing a podcast or is unsure, do it. I actually did an episode on my podcast about how to do a podcast and all of my errors and all the things that I did right. So you can kind of look at that and watch it and take notes and then go from there. I will say this, one person did watch that and did create a podcast and has actually created more episodes than me since then by using my notes and strategies. So shout out to Unique Ways podcast, which I've done an episode of that with them too, and that's with Thomas Gerard. Check that out
mhm.
too.
I just want to say in the beginning when I see your podcast when you started, I was very proud because the way I'm going to tell you the way I see your podcast, you bringing persons locally persons from your country, persons that ride with you, and sometimes, like me, I have now around, I think we are the number 252 interview I have with all of the persons. So in these 3 years, I learned so much, and I was thinking I was a very intelligent person in a PV world, and I was nothing. And we learned so much. We make so good friends, and that is so amazing. I say the same words like you, my friend. I think we learn everything. Lots of persons don't know the two of us. The two of us, we started in a way that we was together in the same group. You as the AEDT world,
Mhm.
uh, and I came, and I was a person who tried to help there, and was some things that we speak, the two of us, and was fantastic. The way we speak was
Mhm.
not sometimes we agreed, but was very pleasant to ride with you, because was no not a discussion, was always try to bring matters for the best for the community. and
Definitely.
uh, and that's what I think is important. Sometimes we don't agree, what we don't have to go and fight and don't speak. And I think we don't talk too much, but when we talk is about something is important. And
Definitely. Yeah.
that is how community have to work. That's why I have today my channel. Lots of people say, and why don't you go bigger? And I say that is not the reason to do this. Is to bring persons like you who do something for the community, and everybody who loves this community just have to come and understand that what is happening in Canada. And if you go to one day to ride in Canada, and you are in a city like they can contact the community and say, hey guys, I'm in this city, there is any riders, and you can help them. That's the way the communities works, and
Yeah, that
that's
actually
why.
happens all the time. That happens all the even just the other day, somebody messaged me on Instagram. I think they were coming from London. I forget. But they were coming to Vancouver and they were asking if there were going to be any group rides. I'm like, no, we're done for the season because it's winter now. But
Yeah,
people still ride, so just ask in the group, and when you get here, and somebody might respond. But
yeah,
yeah,
for you guys it's difficult. It's very,
yeah, we're
very cold.
seasonal. We're season once it gets to, and that's why our last group ride is always going out with a bang with Halloween. We just do the Halloween group ride, and then after that, it tends to get cold, and uh, the colder rides, like way less people come out, way less people. So
Mhm.
for us, it's kind of like, those could be small group rides that people just do on their own, and we'll stay out of it. Yeah.
It's like us, my friend. Here, where I live in Germany, is the same, my friend.
Hmm.
Now we're starting the winter, and can you forget it? Is most of the time we don't have no chance to ride because it's not good. So let's continue to the my question I have here is like this, my friend. There is another
Okay.
group that we don't speak too much, and I think you reach to me and you say, Nelson, I'm
Oh,
more
right, right.
active about this group. Can you explain to everybody what is this group? Why is more active in Instagram? Why the people have to go there and see what you guys are doing? Can you explain a
Yeah,
little more?
sure. So, Eskate World was another Facebook group that I originally started. And it was kind of because I saw all these groups that were like state based or province based or country based. And I'm just like, where's the one that like is stuff from all over the world? Because you would see people in Germany posting in like Eastgate US, or Eastgate UK, and I'm like, hey, where's the global one? So I just started Eastgate World on Facebook and on Instagram. And the whole point of this Instagram is that I share the stories of all the e-skaters from around the world so they could all connect. So if you go to eSkate World and you go through our story list, you see something that's interesting, you can then click on that person's account or that eSkate account and then, follow them, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, I'll post somebody's photo if they send it
Mm-hmm.
to me. But if nobody sends me a photo, I don't tend to post them. or I'll even share photos on the stories as well. So the other aspect to it is I've started posting global events as well in the stories. So if I find there's a group ride in Germany or a group ride in, I don't know,
Mhm.
New York, I'll try to post those posts as well. So it kind of just gives you a general, uh, I guess, platform or landing
Mhm.
page or launch pad to other ESK8 members and groups. Yeah, so that's the point of that group. The Facebook isn't so active. I mean, people post on there from time to time, but the Instagram is where you could catch all the stories, and I usually spend more of my time accessing the Instagram than I do
Mhm.
doing anything on the Facebook group.
Yeah, most of the people today are using more the platform from Instagram or like you have the TikTok too, and that is we
Yeah, I
seeing
haven't
more
posted
and
on
more.
TikTok in a while, but my TikTok content's completely different. I got on TikTok when like everybody was hating on TikTok. Like everyone's like TikTok is for 6-year-olds. Now everybody's got a TikTok and it's okay. It's not for 6-year olds. But when I was using it, everyone was like, "Don't use TikTok."
Yeah, you have
Um,
11,000 persons.
Yeah, so I actually like I got followers quick. Like it was
Yeah,
because all I would post is jokes and facts,
yeah.
and people like those kind of quick, easy jokes. But yeah, I haven't posted in a while on TikTok. You actually now you're giving me like an itch to go back on TikTok and post.
Of
But
course, my friend, it's a big platform.
yeah, it is. But you know what it is? It's like trying to keep up with everything, man. Think
yeah.
about it. Just everybody, even sitting out there, think about it. Vancouver ESK8, ESK8 World, personal Instagram, personal YouTube, podcast Instagram, podcast YouTube channel, like then creating the content for all of these things, right? And
But
then
then after
personal
work.
Facebook and work, yeah, and all of those things, they add up. So that's why, I mean, like I mentioned Thomas with his new podcast, he's got like 68 episodes already.
Mhm.
I have like 26, and I've been doing this for 2.5 years. Mind you, my podcast episodes, there's a lot of production that goes behind the scenes, but I
Mhm.
do everything myself. So for me, it's like everything gets dragged on. And sometimes you have to let things go. Like you got to understand, like, this is the last thing I need to worry about. And this is my priority. Right. So that's how it rolls with me, is kind of like at what point, to what extent do I even have the time to post on all these channels? If I had a marketing manager or social media manager, then it's all good. Then I could do
Yeah.
everything. But if
Yeah.
I have to post, it's
It's
just a
the
lot
same
of
like
work.
me, my friend. I do
Yeah.
everything myself. I try to help the best way I can. My broadcast, I don't have broadcasts. I have live streams. I make like this. Everybody wants to see it. Is not. I don't have time for everything,
Hmm.
because in Germany we have to do lots of private things, and I don't have time to. Like you said, it's too much media, and if you are not update, everybody's going to forget you. It's
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
It's like this. You have to be always there, and sometimes I don't have time. Sometimes I have private life too. I have family, and I understand you completely what you are saying. And I
Hmm.
know that is not easy. Not easy for me, not easy for you, but somebody has to do it, or there is no rights, there is no fun, and that is always like this. You have to
Yeah.
be
People
someone.
don't realize,
Yeah,
dude.
that nobody wants to know, my
Just
friend.
just Vancouver Eastgate group rides, like people don't realize how much effort I put into that shit. Like, and they don't realize how much money I put into that shit either.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I put money into Vancouver Eastgate stuff. I
I'm
do.
going
I don't
to.
know if other organizers do, but I do.
I was in Instagram when I post your interview, and was directed a guy, and this guy is this type of persons. They don't follow, they don't know nothing, and they
Mhm.
write, "I don't see this guy here. There is centuries," and then I send them the video from the. I was thinking it was the last ride, but you tell me now you have the Halloween ride,
Yeah.
uh, 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 and I send him the link from the video, from you riding, and you don't listen anymore from this guy. And I think that is so stupid. Sometimes the people to criticize and they don't do nothing to help.
So that's the funny thing. I get, Nelson, I don't even worry about that stuff. I get that stuff a lot. I get told, like, for example, that I'm a shill because
Yeah.
I like shred lights, like up here. But like people think, for example, on my YouTube channel, I do a review of a product like
Hmm.
shred lights. Okay, like you can go on there. I have one of shred lights. I do a review of that. I have an affiliate link, so they think, oh, this guy's in it to make a profit off me. That's why he's doing these things, and or maybe it's they're mad that I have the affiliate link and they don't, or I don't know what. But the
And
thing that they don't realize is that like that money that I get from those affiliate links, if I get anything, I toss back to Vancouver ESK8, not to myself. How much money do you think it is? So all those gift cards that Vancouver ESK8 gives away at their group rides, the Amazon gift cards, the Starbucks gift cards, the $50, $100 gift cards, those are coming out of my pocket, right? So I don't need this, like this
yeah.
money
But
thing.
I'm going to tell
Yeah, it's
something, my
just,
friend. I love
yeah.
Eric, and Eric is one of the guys who
Yeah,
supports a lot the PV
that's
world.
the thing. That's the thing. So when I say I support a company that I truly stand behind, you know why I stand behind Shredlights? Because A, they support the community, but B, they're always looking to make their product better. If you look at Shredlights 4 years ago and what they were selling, and you look at what they're selling now, clearly it's a company that's always trying to do more. Like they listen to the people who hate on them and they try to make it better. Yeah, exactly.
That was the first one.
Yeah,
Look here.
exactly. Yeah, right. And if you were to buy that today, you'd be like, this is garbage. But that's the
Yes, but
beautiful
the
part
guy
about
was
companies
there.
like Shredlights is because like they not only go out of their way to help the community, they send us products to give away at our group rides, all of that stuff. Every year they've done that. But beyond that, they always look to make their products better. So of course I'm gonna support that company, and I always will stand behind them. I've gotten in an argument with somebody regarding this exact topic. So I don't
Hmm.
want to get too deep into it, but for those of you who might be, I don't know, one of those people that Nelson was referring to, um, you know,
I don't know the
ask,
guy. That was
yeah,
just a message.
whatever it may have been.
But I
Ask
I cannot.
anybody in Vancouver Eastgate. Ask the 1,000 people who are in our group. Then come talk to me.
My
Come
friend,
look
I
at what
don't
I'm
need. I don't
actually
need.
doing.
I know you
Yeah.
very well. I know you not for 1 year or 2 years. We know each other for very well, and
Hmm.
I can tell how dedicated are you. And sometimes we don't agree. I tell you this here before, and that's the beautiful thing of a community. We don't have to be all the time in the same tone, but we
Hmm.
work to see the better for the community, and that's what I call a community. And that's what I tell when I see some guy writing. He needs to have an answer. Sometimes I don't answer, but sometimes we need to give him an answer, because when you post something, you have to think, you are in one computer. It's very easy for you to write something, and you are provoking something. Maybe you never, maybe he's not a writer, maybe he's not a person who comes out from his home, and
Hmm.
he just want to write something, and I think that is not nice.
Yeah.
And that
You
is the
know,
times.
Nelson, as I said, I've dealt with this so long. We have a local rider who literally trolls me on a regular basis on all forums. Like he's a
That is
local guy.
stupid.
He used to come to our group rides. He's actually banned from our group rides. He trolls me on the internet regularly as much as he can wherever he can find me. If I post something in any Eastgate group, he will try to comment. I don't know what, like these people spend their time on me. It's so weird and I don't get it. But I don't, like it's happened for so long, it
My
doesn't phase
friend,
me. Like I just don't care. I just do what I
it's
do.
like this when you
People
do
who
something.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this
People who
when you
know.
do something and the other persons don't do nothing. They want to criticize you, and they try to destroy you. and sometimes they are not destroying, they are putting you stronger. I talk about here in Germany, I have lots of critics of guys, but I'm a very I'm a very fast guy that I give all the answers that they don't like, and that sometimes they don't like. I don't care. I do it for the community. I do it for us to go legal, and I'm always trying to help. Uh, if you are want to make a critique, but you do something, I think that is fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
going to support you.
Yeah.
But if you make a
100%.
when I see a
100%.
guy who makes a critique and don't do nothing, don't know nothing, when you make him a question, intelligent question about PVs, we are not talking about other things, a mathematic or something like that, just about that, and you don't see from the other side an answer, just saying stupid things, and you said why I'm losing my time is
Yeah.
it
I
don't
just
make no sense.
Yeah, Nelson, I just like in my mind, it's just I don't care. I've posted videos of our group rides and then have people tell me like they don't like group ride videos and that this is how I should make my group ride video. And my
Mhm.
response to them was literally, well, like you could make that content. Like you can make it like that. Like I don't why do I need to now listen to exactly what you said, somebody I don't know telling me to make the content that they want to see it. It's like, dude, like if you want it that way, like that could be your niche. That could be how you do it. Make it original like the way you want. But I don't make those videos. Like I make my videos like this and this is the way I choose to make them, and it's not because I want to appease you. I
And
don't
most of
know
the times,
you, and if you
and
don't watch it, 400 other people or 1,000 other people
yeah,
will. Like it doesn't matter to me. Yeah.
my friend, I'm going to put it this way, and most of the time we film the others, not us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I film myself too, but the reason why I
Yeah, but
film myself is because I'm trying to get the people behind me as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. But,
Yeah.
but if you see most of your videos, or most of the people who makes the videos, that they are not, most of them they are putting for the community, and
Mhm.
maybe we don't show them so much, or maybe but my friend, when I go for a ride, I was in Portugal now for 5 days for an event, and I say I'm not going to make no videos. I'm going to have fun for the first time. I'm going to put
Yeah.
my camera, and I don't care. I just want to
Mhm.
have fun. And most of the time, I always meet my camera, 300 cameras, and you see the other guys with a small bag, and you are with 300
Yeah.
things, cables, and everything, and you just see, and then you come and comes an idiot and make a stupid. I don't know how to call
It's
it,
not
but
even an idiot. It's just they don't know or they don't I don't know. They're just it doesn't even matter. Like it doesn't even
it's the
matter.
same.
But yeah, it's just it is what it is. It doesn't phase me and I kind of do what I do, and the people in Vancouver, they come to me during the group rides and they just praise the work that we do and they're just thankful that we have it.
I'm very thankful about you,
Yeah,
my friend.
so it's just like I listen to that and there's way more of that than there are these negative Nancy's who are always just like they'll beat on you for no reason. And as long as the other side is a lot more, then you know you're doing something right. And I don't have time for the
No,
negativity. I'll address it, and
my
if you
friend,
have a good point, a good fact,
here
I
is
will
the
be like,
answer.
yeah, you have a good fact. But never once have I had somebody say something and it be actually like constructive. It was always
Uh,
just them trying to hate on it, and that's fine.
my friend, just look to the picture. I think the picture answer everything.
Hmm.
Here you have a
Yeah.
fantastic group of friends that you write. Everybody has his private life, his work, and everything, and they just come here to have fun, enjoy it, and forget about maybe sometimes problems and everything, and they just want to have fun. And if somebody don't come, that's like I always say, if you want to come, come. If you cannot come, okay. It's
Yep.
very sad not to have you, but if you want to come and join us here, welcome to the family. Have fun, and here you see that is what I say all the time to everybody. That is more than everything. A picture can answer to everything. That's why I'm going to make you the next question is like this, my friend. We are coming close
Mhm.
to 1 hour. Is like this: what you would like to happen in near future with Vancouver UC, with you, with your podcast? What is the ideas? What are you have in your mind? What we can wait from you and Canada PV's community?
Yeah, so that's actually quite a broad question. I feel like there's so many answers now. But we'll start with Vancouver
I'm trying.
ESK8.
We have too much things, my friend.
Yeah. No, it's all good. We'll start with Vancouver ESK8 because that's, the kind of overall theme. But every year we look to just expand more and more. This year, for example, we made our event flyers a lot more professional. We added route maps so everybody knew where they were going to go, where the breakpoints were going to be. We added new routes that we didn't have before. We tried new things that some didn't work, some things did. And the group just every year tends to just expand nearly, I think it doubled since last year, which is crazy. If it doubles this upcoming year, then even better. But mostly for me now, this upcoming year, it's going to be trying to expand our partnerships and collaborations with companies. I find that like we've worked with a lot of different companies, but a lot of the same ones, and we could sort of branch out and find more. So if there are new opportunities there, then we would look there. We usually can't, for some reason, surpass 6 major group rides in what we call a season, which is
Why
spring
not?
to fall, right? That's
Hmm.
where we do our group events, is within those seasons. And so usually we do like 6 or 7, and we can't get to like 10 or anything. It's just too much for me to
Hmm.
do and too much for the other
Yeah.
moderators. So I think another goal is going to be to try to do like 8 group rides next year and try to expand that. Maybe get some more routes in, that kind of stuff. Nothing too major. We kind of take baby steps in that sense of like
Hmm.
what we want to expand on next. But we are going to be doing, now that we have our logo and branding kind of done, we're going to be doing like merch. So not sellable merch, but t-shirts and hats that we would give away during group rides, and the moderators and admins would get them as well, that kind of stuff. So that's like the next phase for next year that's coming up. As far as the podcast, like obviously I'm going to be continuing that. I have 3 episodes that I'm editing now, and then that'll wrap up this year. Excuse me. I got
Hmm.
more episodes along the way, and then for the personal YouTube channel, it's just about posting more frequently. So I do
What you
have a
use more
Shaboard.
as personally? What is the one that you use more as your personal one that the people
For the
can?
YouTube channel, it's my personal channel. So
Okay.
yeah, so just my personal channel is the one that I use the most.
Hmm.
But the podcast one is just for the podcast.
Okay.
So yeah, for the personal YouTube channel, just posting more of the Vancouver ESK8 videos when we come up next year. And also obviously I'll have that Shaboard's 6-month review video type of thing. So look out for that. And yeah, if you want to support my channel, you want to support the Vancouver ESK8 group, then please go hit that subscribe button. Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is one we got one from Ruroc. Actually, that's Bradley, and Bradley runs EVs.
EVs
Yeah. Do you know
is a
EVs?
yes, my friend. I know EVs. I see all the videos now because I'm
Yeah,
very
they're like
interesting.
marketing gurus now. They
Yeah,
just are everywhere. Yeah.
I know, I know,
So
I know, I know. I see most of the videos that they are very. There's a big shop too, and
their shop is really nice.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
they really well thought out. Their
Hmm.
plan, everything. And this video was filmed before Bradley owned the shop, which is,
Yeah.
so that's like the crazy part, is like one of our members and administrator, like he's an admin as well,
Hmm.
ended up opening a PEV store. So
Yeah, I want to bring
yeah.
him here too. I want to
Oh,
talk with him.
definitely
Yeah, yeah.
have Bradley on
Yeah, the
110%.
the
He's a
problem
great
is
guy.
I invite I put the invitation for the next live streams, and I'm till end of January. I'm complete. I don't have no more
Yeah,
time
well,
than
that's
in.
fine. I mean, later on, he's pretty busy anyway. Like, it's really tough to get him doing
But I'm
anything
going to try
lately.
to find him because I
Yeah.
think he's making fantastic videos, and I'm listening all the time. I'm seeing that the rules. The last time I speak, I see his video. He's talking about prices and everything because now it's changing about USA and Canada and everything. And I think it's important to explain to the persons what is happening and
Mhm.
what direction is going. His channel and his company and what he's doing, and I think that is good for your community, guys, to have a big shop that you can buy it. You don't have to buy to USA like us in
Mhm.
Europe. Most of our things we have to buy everything from USA or
Yeah.
from China,
Yeah.
and sometimes we don't have guarantee. We don't have nothing.
Yeah. And I want to actually, that reminds me, I should clarify something because a while ago I got a random message and it was like somebody being like, "Oh, I don't want to be in your Vancouver ESK8 group anymore. I came here for like group rides, not for, I don't know, sales or businesses." And I'm like, "What?" And I realized because Evie's is one of our like main partners too, right? Like
I don't care.
we do a scooter giveaway. No, 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 but there's purpose to this that I'm
Hmm.
stating this. And Brad is a admin of our group. So I think what happened was somebody thought that because Brad was an admin of our group and their sponsors that they created this group for business purposes, and that's not the case. Bradley did not create Vancouver ESK8. I did. I don't own a business. I don't even make money from Brad or have an affiliation with EVs. He just happened to be a rider that opened a business.
And it
You know what
start
I mean?
and for everybody who don't know them, they started as riders, guys.
Yeah. So
That's what
it
the people
was,
don't understand.
yeah,
People don't
so
understand.
Vancouver EastGate is not affiliated with a specific business in Vancouver of any sorts. Evie's
But you
is a
work together.
sponsor. We do
Yeah,
110%.
you
Nobody
have to work.
profits, yeah, from that. And any profits that do come
No,
from Vancouver
why
EastGate,
not?
we put back into
If
gift cards and stuff. Yeah, so
I'm going to
it's,
tell you like this, I have here some companies. They give the profits, but not for me as channel. They give it to the community.
yeah,
You go
yeah,
for a
exactly.
ride. You're going to have the pleasure to have these guys there, and
Hmm.
you're going to know them. First of all, you're going to create discounts for you too, and I'm very happy, and I hope that you guys bring more these companies to the group rides and to communicate with you guys, because all the community is going to win with that.
Yeah,
That is,
yeah.
that's why
And
I
the
don't
funny thing
understand.
is, we used to work with a company that ended up being all about profits. And you know what
Mm,
we did? We
Yeah.
stopped
You-
working with them.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
yeah that then forget it, my friend. Then
yeah,
you don't have to work with this type of company.
yeah. We
Well,
don't. But you know what? That's why we don't work with La Croix, because that's the third brick wall. That's the brick wall. That's what happened. Was there was this other entity, and it caused the problems with us
Yeah, but
separating.
I think it's like this. I'm going to try to put that Alex come in contact with you, and you can speak with him, because sometimes we have to put two things separated: the
Yeah,
person and the company. I don't have
yeah, one
nothing with
hundred
Lacroix.
percent. Yeah.
I have a good relation with Alex as person,
Hmm.
and I have him as a rider, and because I know Alex, I know that Alex was a guy who studied in my country. I was in my country studying, and I'm very proud of that. And I have a good relation. I don't speak with him about Lacroix. I
Hmm.
speak about rides. I speak about events. I speak when I have the chance to bring. He has a new board, and we can go to the here to the channel and speak about it, and he can explain to the persons. But I don't win nothing with that,
Hmm.
and I think you guys, if you can put him in his podcast, and you don't mix the things, I think he's not going to mix it. I think it's going to be important for the Canadians, PVs, and for the Canadians you have a company there, one of the biggest companies of the world of
Yeah,
PVs, and they have to help you guys.
yeah,
If you don't,
definitely.
that
Yeah,
is the important thing.
I'm totally I'm totally in agreement with you there. But
We
yeah, it
have to
was
work
just this
together.
one thing that like I
Mhm.
had to avoid even contacting them
Yeah,
because of this other entity, and I just anyway, it became a big thing. I don't even know if Alex knows about this. Like
yeah.
I don't even know if he knows the
That's why
scenario of what
sometimes
happened.
that's
Yeah.
why I tell you sometimes it's better for you to sometimes that go this direction, and we can, like, we speak in private, the two of us,
Hmm.
lots of things we understand one way, and then later on we see that is another thing. That's why I think everything has a solution. We just have to take care. The other one,
Definitely.
the other thing I want to ask you is like this, my friend. You guys, just so to come to end, uh, you guys as riders, uh, when you go for a ride, I know that is lots of hours. Is easy for you guys as riders to charge everywhere? Is difficult? How is the how is everything? Because you are
During
lots
the
of
group
riders.
rides? Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So we're smart in the sense
Yeah, that's why I ask you.
that we organize our group rides for the most part so that they're close to all the transportation hubs.
Hmm.
So there'll be like a SkyTrain station nearby or a bus route, like a primary bus route nearby, like every option possible to get you to and from if you even run out of batteries. But then also easy to get to because obviously people are coming from all over the area, right? So you want people to be able to take transit if they have to. But beyond that, what we do is we plan our group rides so that at every break point, we know that there are charging stations or there's plug outlets, and some people bring extension cords and then they kind of spread out and go find other outlets and charge up for 20, 30 minutes, and then we kind of move on. But a lot of our riders now don't need to charge because their boards
Hmm.
go for so long. And we're also smart in the sense that we don't host group rides that go like 80 kilometers far,
Hmm.
right? Like we host group rides that it's going to be like 25, 30 kilometers in distance. Usually it's like 30 kilometers in distance, which is usually enough for most people to either get there on one charge or have 30 minutes to charge, and then they'll be okay. They'll top off and they'll be able to get the whole way. So yeah, we're pretty strategic in that way. We don't have any problems, and it doesn't matter how many people show up. Worst case scenario, we've towed riders. So an e-bike, somebody will grab onto an e-bike, they'll get dragged on, or an EUC, a
Like
backpack.
you have always the extra board in your back.
Yeah, yeah, I have that too. So I could always lend that to somebody to continue onwards. But
Hmm.
for me, honestly, the reason why that extra board is in the backpack is I had to help promote Alter Bags because they supported our group rides. So I
Hmm.
wanted to promote them by showing like, oh,
Hmm.
here's a backpack you could put. Yeah. So that's why that's primarily there.
Hmm.
But yeah, I could swap or I could give it to somebody if their board breaks down, like what have you, right? They could ride that. But a lot of times I've actually had, well, I guess back in like 2017, 2018 mostly, I had my backpack on, which has a little handlebar.
Hmm.
And one time an Evolve board actually ran out before my boosted board. And I was able to tow the Evolve board. And that's in one of the videos too, I
Hmm.
believe. So
I
yeah.
have to say.
Yeah. So
Then I'm going to put you two questions. We're coming to the end. I want to make it two questions. It's very important.
cool.
What is the rules, or what is the when you make the group rides before you start it? Do you have any rules? Do you have any safeties? Do you ask for the person's what?
Yes and no. We used to be more liberal in the sense that it's kind of like do your own thing because we don't want to impose on people. Like, if you feel
Mhm,
comfortable the way you feel, go for it. After a while, some of the moderators, as we grew bigger, were kind of like, hey, maybe we should tell people to wear helmets or protective gear. So we suggest protective gear. If somebody's not wearing a helmet, we don't go up to them, scold them, and tell them they're not welcome to ride because they know at the end of the day that they're liable for their own safety.
mhm,
If you choose not to wear a helmet at our group ride, then that's on you. But the funny thing is that everyone usually wears a helmet, and then like one new person shows up not wearing a helmet. And I've seen this happen time and time again.
Hmm.
Next group ride, that person shows up, they have a helmet. Nobody has to tell them. That's the
Yeah, that
beautiful
is
part is,
automatic.
yeah, it's just they see, oh, helmets are cool, or I don't know what. Like everyone's doing it, so maybe I should do it too. Um, and this funny other thing happened was one time I was like really, really hot. Like it was summertime, really, really hot. I had to just take my helmet off for like a portion of the thing, and people could scold me, whatever. It was a 15-minute ride on paved bike path. I don't care. So I took it off for that portion, and when I took it off, I noticed somebody else took off their helmet. So there's something that like when people wear it, when people don't wear it, the exact opposite. So if most of us are wearing it, most people tend to wear it. And then everybody is in charge of their own personal safety. If you collide with somebody, you're getting an accident or whatever, that's on you to figure out whatever. But no abuse of any kind, and no assault or no threatening of any kind. And we've had that happen. We've had threats happen by one individual, which he got kicked out of the group quick. Just
Hmm.
funny because on his YouTube video, or you showed actually, when I saw his thumbnail, he was at one of our group rides, which is weird because he's not supposed to even be at our group rides. And the last time I spoke to him, he said, "Good luck with your group rides." So anyway, and they're going great, by the way. And then the other guy was the guy who just constantly belittled people, and was just, people would post something and he would just always hate on it. And he's the guy that constantly follows my social media and tries to find
He
me.
loves you.
Yeah, I I I honestly think there's some sort of dynamic there in his brain, but I'm not for it, and I kind of just like I tried to block him on
Leave
all
it, my friend.
channels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I found out later that he's just like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. There's guys like that, my
somebody
friend.
somebody in a forum who's an admin of a forum, we
Uh-huh.
got in a bit of a tussle, and then this guy's like, he messaged me, he's like, dude, this guy's crazy, don't even deal with him, look at this stuff. And he sent me like threads of this guy doing this crazy shit, and I'm like, that's when I realized, I'm like, oh, he's
Okay.
just insane. Okay, I see. I'm just not going to respond anymore. Yeah.
So, my friend, my last question is like this.
Yeah.
You guys, as a Telegram or WhatsApp, for you guys to work together when like this, we have that here between us. When we have a problem like DIY problem with batteries or questions or something like that, or how that works. There is a big community of guys making like fixing things from you guys,
Yeah,
taking
yes and
care.
no. Yes and no. We don't have a Telegram, okay, in general, and we just don't believe in that kind of thing, because we do have a WhatsApp, and I didn't create the WhatsApp.
Hmm.
We kind of had a chat, and then it fizzled because people started talking about irrelevant stuff, then other people would get angry. It grew too big, so we shut it down. And now people who just want to do group rides, we have a WhatsApp chat for that. But now recently, Facebook has also opened a chat option in their
Hmm.
groups. So
Hmm.
we created a Vancouver ESK8 group chat within the Vancouver ESK8 group that you could join and discuss any topic you want. And that seems to be
I'm
working
asking you
out.
this because for everybody who wants to contact you guys, what is the best way?
Best way
Because
would be
sometimes.
through the Vancouver ESK8 Instagram, so at
Hmm.
Vancouver ESK8, or Vancouver ESK8 Facebook group. Yeah,
Okay.
those two are the best ways to get a hold of us. And there's a Vancouver ESK8 Facebook group chat that you can access as well. And that's within the group. You just have to, request to
Yeah.
join.
Hmm.
And as long as you do that, if you scroll down, it should be in the top post. Um, oh, it's not up there for some reason. Oh, why isn't it up there? That's weird. It should be there, but it's not.
No, it's the
That's weird.
same. So the people that's I'm just asking because we work with WhatsApp. We work so we have from our region from Germany
Hmm.
to speak about that, because sometimes these people need help and we try to help them. And that's why I'm asking you, for you guys in Canada who ask questions, who can contact you guys. That is the ways. I'm going to leave all
Yeah.
the links, all the links from you guys. If you
Cool.
are in Canada, if you are, don't care in what city, if you need help, there is a big group here. I think they can help you. I'm going to leave all the links from them that you can reach. Join the group. Don't forget that is going to be a support. Don't be dumb. Don't make stupid questions. Be intelligent, and don't that's what I always tell to everybody, because sometimes it's difficult. Try to be creative, and if you can help the community in any way, it's going to be fantastic. Because the big problem from the group rights, the this is we don't have enough people to help us, and we need always
Yeah.
extra help. Don't forget, guys, we lose more of our private life, of our money, and everything that we win. We make it for the love. He makes for the
Hmm.
love. I know him very well in that. And leave the critics, be creative. That way, maybe you can help us to grow up.
Yeah.
And
I don't
that's
mind
the way.
critiques either. I don't mind somebody saying, "Hey, you're doing this wrong, and here's
Yeah.
why." If you give
Yeah.
me a good reason, I don't mind that at all. Critique
And I think that
all you want, or come with some shared ideas. That's great.
I
Um,
think positive critiques is fantastic.
yeah, yeah. Negative criticism, or like the wrong criticism. Man, I got so many stories. I could go into this too, but I won't. Like it doesn't benefit anybody, and it's just funny. Like people don't know. You just don't know. It's like you assume something, but you're not really like asking proper questions to find out if what you're assuming is actually correct. So ask questions first, critique whatever you want, and as long as it's constructive, then that's all that matters. And other than that, then yeah, if
Make a
you want
research
to,
before.
yeah, yeah,
Research
definitely,
first,
definitely,
then you can say, okay, I find that was not that is not
yeah,
maybe the best way. Can we change, or can
yeah.
you
And
change? Oh,
to anybody who has that negative attitude or whatever, like it- send me a message and talk to me about what the dynamic is, or what the negativism is, or whatever. And if I can't defend myself in that manner, or maybe what you're saying is true and I could take it to heart, type of thing, then I will. But if you don't ask, you don't know, in my opinion, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, come talk to me. And yeah, I say this in the Vancouver ESK8 group too, is like, we have nothing to hide. We're not a business, we're not a company, we're not here to get your money, nothing like that. We're just a group of people. So take that
Trying
how
to
you
have
will.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, take that how you will. It's just, we take it seriously. We created a brand, we created
Yeah,
stickers, we're creating
yeah.
shirts and hats, but we're not selling those things. So I don't know what the money part aspect is to it, but yeah, that seems to be the part that people kind of get a little skeptical on, is like, wait, how are you guys profiting from this then, though? And it's like, we're not. Then why are you giving away free gift cards, Amazon gift cards, and promoting other companies? And it's like, well, because those companies are supporting, and we're putting together group rides so we could create a community, and then you guys can find people in your neighborhoods to ride with. And then they're kind of like, maybe I'll come to one of your group rides, but also maybe I won't.
I'm going to tell something here. I know that the community from the Germany sometimes. I just want to say hello to ASK Queen. Hello, Australia. How are you? Good morning for you. I just want to. We are back again with new interviews. We have to talk. I just want to say something. Something very. In Germany is illegal to ride, and sometimes we have to make demonstrations. And last year was to be in Berlin, the biggest. How can I say, the biggest demonstration is always in a Berlin.
Hmm.
And in Berlin, there is the old airport that they don't use it anymore, and they
Okay.
use it today, the airport, for coming with families, because you have place to ride all the type of sports, because you have the place for the flights you can use for all types of sports, and then you can make everything. There's live music and everything.
Okay.
And last year, the the demo was to be very big, but one guy in a group, one guy in all the groups in Germany said, "Oh, I think it's illegal for you to ride inside of there with your PVs." And we was expecting maybe 500, 600 riders in this demo, and then everybody stays the weekend in this old airport because you can ride. At the moment, this guy post this 3 or 4 days later, maybe 60% of the people don't came anymore to the demo, to the demonstration, just because one person, one post was a lie. Huh? That was not true. We lose for the demonstration lots of persons, and that's why I say to everyone, if you have any negative thing, keep it for yourself. Don't bring it. And guys, if you are out there, don't believe in everything the people write, because that is not good. That's not good. And that is not going to bring nothing. Trust the people you know from the groups, and if you are new inside of this group, make a little research from this person. Maybe he's a good person, maybe he's a fantastic person, but when it's negative things, you have to make a research. That is not good for you guys, that's not good for me. I know that you have a background of guys who don't like it, because the people who don't like is the people who don't create nothing. They are
Mhm.
upset, they don't do nothing, and you are doing something. Then it's easy for them to criticize us,
Yeah,
but
and
that is not the way.
that's exactly who it is every time. Every
Yeah.
time that somebody talks shit, you go, you can look them up, and you're like, "Wait, what do you do?" Like, "Nothing.
Yeah,
Not
that's the
nothing.
problem.
Not even nothing for the community, just nothing." So I learned, and the funny thing is I've heard that before from other people who have been in my shoes of that same situation, maybe even on a bigger scale. And one guy told it to me straight. He's like, "Dude, look up any of these people and see what they do." And he's like, "You won't find anything because they don't do anything. This is what they do." And I started doing that, and I realized, I'm like, "Oh shit, he's right. None of these people do anything. Not just do they not do anything for the community, they just don't do anything in general." And then that's when I actually really stopped caring and understanding that, okay, yeah, these people just have nothing better to do. But
No.
I'm all over social media. These people can come talk to me, but instead of talking to me, they tell other people, I don't know, I don't care. Not my problem anymore. But I'm an open book. You can come find me, and I'm more than willing to chat with you. I've chatted with a lot of people who have like gone to my YouTube videos, then asked me like, "Hey, how did you start this group?" Or, "Hey, I saw your video and uh, whatever." Like they have an e-skate question or wondering where they can find e-skate riders or what have you. And I talked to them straight. A perfect example of that was uh, uh, when Tyler from, oh, where did he go to school? Somewhere in Texas, Texas University or something.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm butchering it. But Tyler from Texas, who started like a local Texas group, not the DFW Texas group, but another one. And he came to me and he just asked questions. He's like, "Hey, how did you start your group? And then how did you get sponsors? Can you connect me with anybody?" And all of that stuff. And we helped each other, like he's one of the reasons why Shredlights partnered with me in the Vancouver ESK8 group. And I got Orangutan, I think, and Loaded to do an event with them. So
Mhm.
tit for tat. And, I helped him. I didn't sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm amazing," or anything like that. It was kind of like, "Hey, yeah, how can I serve you?" Okay, this is what I did, XYZ. And I took time out of my day to help them. So for me, it's like, I don't got time for haterade or whatever. I just do the
Don't bring,
good
don't
stuff.
help
And
in nothing.
people who think it's for some sort of profit, like, think again, because I didn't even start making my YouTube videos for a profit. And that just kind of happened. Like getting the sponsorship with Orangutan and Loaded was random. I just did a review video personally, and they approached me and were like, hey, we saw this video and it's generating revenue and we want to help you since you helped us. And I'm like, okay. So that's how that happened. And even the profits from that go to Vancouver ESK8. So I'm literally not like, I'm cycling the cash that comes to me back into the community. So it's just really funny. Yeah, but I don't know what it is otherwise, right? Like, I don't hear much anymore. It's just a couple people who are trolling me, and I figure,
It's going to
if
be always,
somebody,
my friend. It's
yeah,
going
the
to
thing
be
is,
always.
no, what it is this: if you're doing it right, you're gonna
Yeah,
get some
yeah,
hate.
yeah,
So
yeah. But
that's just it, right? It's like, if you're doing something right, you're gonna get some hate. So I must be doing something right at the end of the day. Yeah.
So, my friends, I just want to say something to all of you. Next Monday, we're going to have a special guy. His name is Juan. He comes from Philippines. He's a rider. He's very active. He do a lot for the community in Philippines. He's going to be one of the first ones from Philippines I have. I think I have is the third one, and I think it's important for us to see how is the laws in Philippines, how is everything, because it's changing a lot. And and the important thing, the other thing is very important, guys, is how you are seeing again the guys who was riding before skateboards and now they are changing for other PVs. And the Philippines is one of the countries you don't see close to nothing of skateboards. Most of them is A-scooters, lots of A-scooters in the Philippines. And the AUCs are coming a little bigger every day, but it's nice for us to see. If you have the chance, come and see it. The interviews are starting now. Every Mondays and Tuesdays is going to be the interviews. I cannot do more. Before I was making 4 or 5 interviews. I cannot do that anymore. I'm doing 2 times in a week, and that is more than enough. And if you want to come to the channel, you are a rider. Like lots of person tell me, oh, Nelson, nobody knows me. Why do I have to come to your better if you find something person important? I always say no. If you are a rider, if you love this sport, you are welcome to come here and share a little about you for everybody to know you a little better. And don't forget, if you have 200 views or 150, it's going to be a pleasure for all the community to have you. And if you have 100 persons coming seeing you, is because this 150 persons or 100 or 300 like you and was very interesting to listen a little more about you. That's the way that works. No Limits to Ride Electric. I know that you make that. I'm very proud. I'm going to look more for your podcasts. I hope that you continue to do it. Thank you so much for coming here, taking your private time to come, and that we lose here. We don't lose. I think it was very creative to know a little more about you guys. And I think it was 1 hour and 30 minutes. We speak about maybe 30 to 1 hour.
I told you I could go. I told you with the podcast, I'm so used to doing this. I could talk. But you know what? I'm a little sad that we talked a little too much about drama, probably. So next time, if I come on, we'll talk more about like genuine e-skate stuff instead of haters. But I think that's an important thing to talk about.
No, but we have to speak about everything,
yeah,
my
because
friend.
it happens, and it happens more often than people think. And it's not just with me; it's with like a lot of people that this happens to. Yeah,
we have to. That is a big problem today. You see lots of groups. We're not going to go very, very far. The big group that is LA ESK8. Now there is 2 big groups. They separated because they don't came one with another, and they are so close, and they are separated. They don't come with another's, and that is just. I love the what the guys are doing, the 2 of them. I have problems with one, and we talk about it, but sometimes he speak with me and I speak with him, and everything. But I always think my private problem, I don't mix it with the community. I always never nobody knows it. We know the 2 of us because we speak in private. I don't put it outside. Nobody needs to know it. But sometimes we have to bring this. Is not a beautiful thing, but we have to bring
It's
it
not. Yeah.
because is lots of trolleys there, lots of
Hmm.
people who don't want to do just what they want, and they don't want to help nothing in the community except just negative things. And we don't need this type of persons. And if you are out there, like you told in the beginning, if you are out there and you have a group or you think you can make a video better or you can make different, do it. Don't criticize what I do. I do it my way, you have your way, and that is, I'm going to like your video or you're going to dislike my video, or maybe I'm going to dislike you, but that is the world we are living. We cannot
Hmm.
like everything. Imagine
Yeah.
everybody loves yellow. Everything here was yellow. You was yellow. It was not beautiful.
Yeah.
Just be
Definitely.
positive. Positive. That is what we need. We work
100%. I
so
agree with you.
much. I just want to say to you, my friend,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming. It
You're
was a
welcome.
bless.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to have you here, the first one this year, and we'll see. Bring lots of stuff for all of us to see.
I
Bring
will.
new people. I will try to contact Alex. I hope that Alex have a nice chat with you. I'm going to
Definitely.
be, and I think that is going to be good for your community.
Yeah.
And I think that is the wrong way. Hello to Netherlands. How are you, Ralph? Ralph is a
Good
very active.
vibes. Good
Yeah,
vibes
that's
only. Good
this guy
vibes
is
only.
always positive and is a fantastic
Love
rider.
it.
He has
Awesome.
50 years old and is riding
Oh,
every
wow.
day and
Nice.
is riding like a machine.
That's
And
great.
that's what we need, guys. If you
Definitely.
are out there, if you are out there, do it something. If you have time, go out, have a nice ride, enjoy it. If you see a person who wants to try it, show them how that beautiful is this sport, and maybe you can have more persons inside.
Mhm.
Like
Unless they're
always, I.
sketchy. Unless they're sketchy, dude, don't let anyone on your ride. Like, if this guy comes up to you and he looks like he's gonna take it,
No, 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 no,
mm,
no. That's not the way I tell. I tell always, if you have a chance. I was in UK and I was in a bad neighborhood in UK, and I was riding with the guys from UK. I didn't know, and one moment came two guys, and they came to me and they say, "Oh yeah, talking, and can I take pictures?" And one of the guys said, "Can I try it?" I say, "You can try it. It's no problem." And everybody was saying, "No, don't do that." I said, "Leave it. We're going to see it because I see the where he was, and the big problem from skateboards." And from the electric, you cannot ride like you want it, my friend. I have a Lacroix. A Lacroix is 40 kilos. And if they try to run, it's not going to be easy for them to run. I'm going to catch them. So, but you are right. But if you have a chance, you are in a group ride in a space that you know the person that you can trust. I don't give my machines to not all the machines to everyone, but
mhm.
when I'm in a private event and I know the persons or the friend for me knows it, let them try it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the people need to try it to know if that is the right uh, machine because it's
Yeah.
expensive today. If you
Yeah.
see the
Definitely.
prices, it's very expensive. But my friend, like always, I leave you with the last words for your community, for everyone who going to come see. I'm going to put then the video in Facebook
Okay.
for everybody for you to
Cool.
share it whatever you want. I don't put it today in Facebook because
That's fine.
most of the time I put in Facebook, the people write in a Facebook and I don't see the message. And
Oh, okay.
sometimes the people are very upset that why cannot nobody knows what I'm writing or asking. But the interview is going to come to Facebook free for everybody, and everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Later on, I'm going to put it.
Cool.
Now, my friend, I leave you with the last words for your community, and I think just
Yeah.
take your time.
Just if you're from Vancouver or even outside of Vancouver, just head over to the Facebook group page, so Vancouver ESK8, and just join us there and follow us and see what we're up to. And if you're ever in Vancouver, come join us for a group ride. And yeah, otherwise, if you have any questions, if maybe out there you have questions or you want to start a group or I don't know what, give me a message and I usually reply, no problem. And yeah. that's essentially it, me in a nutshell. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like. Yeah, that'd be some great support too.
I'm going to leave all the links here, my friends. I'm going to
Cool.
leave it when I put it in Facebook. If anyone don't see it, I have it. Everything. Let me see for everybody who don't see it. I have all the links here. All the links is here.
Cool.
You can put it. I'm just going to put it from the podcast that I don't have it, and I'm going to put it from Instagram from the ESK8 world that I don't have it. I'm going to update it, and everything is going to be inside, guys. And if you have any questions, you just click there, and you're going to find it everything. And if you have the chance, subscribe to the channels. And if you have any questions, do it. If you want to subscribe to the channel, like always, my friends, you are free to do it. If you don't want to do it, doesn't matter. Just come to the interviews and support these fantastic writers from around the world. And if you have the chance, go to his podcast. I think he's coming better and better every day, and support our community. For you, my friend, thank you so much for coming. Enjoy it. Have a good day. And for you out there, ride fast, but always safe, my friends. And don't forget, watch it. There is kids. There is lots of things in the road. Always take care. Okay, guys. And we are